Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to stay with the facts. The facts are, in my situation, I lived in a house rented by these people for a year, roughly, about a year, okay? And while living in said house, they would send people out to do like stuff, but I did have my fair share of like issues. I did have to deal with a rodent problem that was pretty damn bad. This mouse was literally trying to break through from one end to the next of the house. About a month in, there was a gas leak and LG&E came and shut off the gas, and the landlord tried to blame me for that, but I'd only been there for a month. And funny enough, the LG&E inspector said that he's the one that inspected that house, that he had told them, what's the point? He had told them that they couldn't do that, and they did it anyway and then moved me in. So I really wasn't trying to redo this scenario, but I had no choice. I had no choice because my voucher was about to expire and I had to go for the quickest thing I could, okay? In the course of the 5 days that I went without my fridge, I stressed out so bad that, like, right now I have swollen lymph nodes in my groin and in my armpit area. It smells like mold. Like, it's really hot and mildewy up here. It smells like mold and shit. It's just not, it's not a suitable place. Not to mention, they went 4 doors away from my apartment to go replace the fridge. Why did it take you 5 days to do that? Why did you argue with me? July 10th in the afternoon is when I told them that breaker box broke. July 15th, after I called a bunch of people, is when they finally showed up, and I have that on video. So I'm going to simply release the video, and I'm going to let you make your own depictions, okay? This is what occurred. That's a fact. July 10th, the breaker broke. July 10th around 5 p.m., the breaker broke. They sent maintenance. I guess I didn't know he was maintenance. I thought it was another tenant, but he is a maintenance man with them. They sent him up that evening. The lights came back on. So I was under the impression that everything was fine. But that morning, the next morning, July 11th, at around 9, I realized that it wasn't, the fridge wasn't working, and that all of my food had went bad. So I emailed the property manager, the rep, the female. I emailed her. Well, I sent her a text, actually. And she kept asking me a series of questions. And then she said she sent out an email regarding my situation. At that point, I got a bunch of emails back and forth between me and her brother. At this time, I'm still going back and forth with this. He's telling me about Section 7 and how it's not his responsibility to replace the food, even though I just bought the food on Wednesday, and Friday night all this happened. So I was out $139, and I pretty much let them know, like, all of my kids' food was in this fridge, and now I can't, you know. So I had to struggle pretty badly for 5 days or so. I struggled really badly. And when they came to quote-unquote fix it July 15th, at that point, one of the people said, well, I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but I'm going to talk to them about getting you a Kroger card. 5 days in, like 5 days, you want to get me a Kroger card? At this point, because of the way you handled me, I'm more inclined to let everybody know, don't do this to yourself, okay? Do not do this to yourself. That's how they chose to handle me, and I have receipts to back that up. I'm going to post those receipts so you can see it for yourself, because I'm not going to be sued for defamation of character, you know, because they own a business, quote unquote, and they own this business, and that's great. But if you're going to own a business, you should do good business. You should not do that to people. So here goes.